Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into some Hindu mythology today.
It's exciting.
It is. We're looking at the Brahma Purana, specifically an excerpt about sacred places and the amazing stories behind them.
Oh, the Brahma Purana. It's like a treasure trove, right?
Totally. It's like, gods, mythical beings, but it's also about devotion, pride, the power of these sacred spaces. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, it uses those stories to get at, like, these deeper ideas, almost a spiritual guide disguised as an adventure.
Exactly. So speaking of adventure, there's this story about Mananaga. He's a Naga prince.
A Naga. No, those are those powerful serpent-like beings.
Right. And this Mananaga, he lived in fear of Garuda, this like giant bird, Vishnu's mount, actually.
Vishnu, one of the major deities, part of that powerful trinity with Brahma and Shiva.
Right. So Garuda, I mean, he's a pretty big deal.
Definitely. So you've got this terrified Naga prince and this powerful Garuda. What happens next? I'm hooked already.
Well, Mananaga, he wants protection, obviously. So he dedicates himself to Shiva. And he earns a boon, a kind of divine blessing.
Okay, a boon. That's interesting. What kind of blessing?
This boon gives him freedom from fear of Garuda. You'd think that would solve everything, right? Divine protection, end of story.
You'd think so. But things are never that simple, are they?
Nope. This is where it gets really interesting. The boon, it sets up this like conflict, divine intervention, butting heads with the laws of nature. Because even with Shiva's protection, Garuda, he captures Mananaga.
Wait, what? So even with the boon, he still gets captured? How does that even work?
It's a paradox, right? Like, how can he be protected but still captured? It highlights how complex these ancient myths are. Shiva and Nandi, his like loyal bull, they're upset, obviously.
Yeah.
And it leads to this standoff with Vishnu and Garuda.
Oh, a divine standoff. This is getting good. So how does this like cosmic showdown play out?
Well, Vishnu, he's known for being wise, compassionate. He tries to, smooth things over. He orders Garuda to release Mananaga.
Okay, so problem solved.
Not so fast. Garuda, he refuses. Straight up refuses. He's full of pride for serving Vishnu, reminds everyone about all the battles he helped Vishnu win, basically saying, hey, I earned this capture.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. So pride, even in service of something good, can still lead to conflict. I see where this is going.
It's a good lesson for all of us.
Totally. So how does Vishnu react to this defiance?
Well, he doesn't punish Garuda. He does something much more clever. He asks Garuda to just hold up his finger.
His finger. That's it. That doesn't sound like much of a challenge for a powerful being like Garuda. What's the point of that?
That's exactly the point. This simple test, it's a profound symbol, right? Garuda can't even handle the weight of Vishnu's finger. Divine power that even Garuda, with all his strength, can't even grasp.
Oh, wow, I get it. It's like a subtle lesson in humility. Even the most powerful beings have limits compared to the divine.
Exactly. So what happens to Garuda? Is he, punished for his disobedience?
Nope, not really. Shiva, he steps in, and he tells Garuda to bathe in the Godavari River to, purify himself.
So this is where the sacred geography comes in. The Godavari, that's a real river in India, right?
Absolutely. And this idea of, sacred waters cleansing you, it's a powerful thing. It's in a lot of different cultures, actually. Think about the Ganges, the Jordan River.
It's like a spiritual reset, washing away negativity. So Garuda takes a dip, everything's back to normal then.
Well, hold on. The Brahma Purana, it throws another curveball. This is where we meet Jabali.
Jabali, that's the farmer, right? The one with the disappearing cows.
You got it. Jabali, he's a farmer. But he's also known for being cruel to his oxen, whips them, overworks them, even in the heat of the day.
That's terrible, especially considering how sacred cows are in Hinduism. They represent, life, nourishment.
You're right. Mistreating them. Big no-no. And this catches the eye of Surabhi. She's the divine cow,
Yeah.
And Nandi, Shiva's bull, he's not happy about it either.
So they do something about it.
Oh, yeah. They make all the cows vanish. Poof. Gone.
Wow. Okay, hold on. This is more than just a farmer being mean to his animals, right? Yeah.
Right. It's a powerful symbol. What happens when you mess with the natural order? The potential for, chaos.
It's like the universe itself reacting to Jabali's actions. So the big question is, how do the cows come back? What happens next? The cows just vanish. I mean, that's got to be a major problem. No milk, no oxen for farming. What do the gods do about this?
They know it's serious, a huge imbalance, right? So they appeal to Shiva. They perform this this cow sacrifice.
Wait, hold on. Cow sacrifice. But cows are sacred in Hinduism, right?
That doesn't seem right. It's no cows are actually harmed. It's symbolic. It's more about showing reverence for cows and how important it is to treat them with respect.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. So does it work? Do the cows come back?
Yeah, it's successful. The cows return, everyone's relieved, and this whole event, it leads to the creation of this sacred place. It's called the Govardhan Tirtha.
Gordon Tirtha.
Yeah.
You mentioned Tirtha before. What does that mean exactly?
A tirtha, it's a sacred place, often connected to water, like a river, lake, a spring. They're believed to have this like spiritual energy, a power to purify, connect you to the divine.
So people go there on pilgrimages.
Exactly. They seek blessings, do rituals, cleanse themselves of bad karma.
So the Gordon Tirtha, it's named for the cows coming back. Go, meaning cow, right?
Yeah, a reminder of what happened and the lesson. To respect all living things, especially those considered sacred. You know, it's interesting, the Brahma Purana, it connects these stories together. Garuda, the Godavari River, now this Jabali and the cows. It's pretty clever.
It is, right. It's like divine power, humility, respecting all living things, and then these sacred places. It's all connected.
Like, it's not just a bunch of stories,
Yeah.
right? It's like a guide
Yeah.
for morals, for spirituality.
What strikes me is these ideas, they're in other cultures too, not just Hinduism. Like the sacred waters thing.
Yeah, totally. Water and purification, it's pretty universal. Baptism, washing before prayer in Islam, the mikvah in Judaism, it's like this need for cleansing, starting fresh.
A spiritual reset button, kind of, makes you think, what are our sacred waters? What renews us, like personally, you know?
It could be a place, right? Nature, maybe a place you go to worship, even just a spot in your house where you feel at peace.
Or maybe it's something you do, like meditation, spending time with people you love, something that feels good for your soul.
Exactly. Could even be what you believe in, your values, what gives your life meaning.
And it's different for everyone, right? What works for one person might not for another.
Totally. It's about finding what works for you, what helps you connect with yourself, with something bigger.
These stories, they're like saying, hey, those places, those things that renew you, they can be anywhere.
Like Garuda and the Godavari, it's about being open, seeing the sacred in the everyday.
It's almost like a treasure hunt, looking for these little oases in all the chaos.
Love that. Paying attention, being present, letting yourself be surprised by the beauty around you.
Speaking of surprises, these stories, they're like multi-layered, you know. One level, it's all gods and serpents and disappearing cows.
Yeah, they totally pull you in.
But then underneath, there's this deeper meaning about humility, respect, consequences.
It's like you keep peeling back layers and you get these like aha moments.
Not a bad trade-off, right? So for our listeners, what are the biggest takeaways here? What can we learn?
For me, one thing is this balance between divine blessings and the natural order. Mananaga gets that boon, right? But it doesn't make him immune to, like, reality. Garuda still does what he does. It's like a reminder that even with divine help, there are rules. You can't just ignore consequences.
And it leads right into that idea of humility. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. Garuda's a perfect example. Pride gets you into trouble.
Right. No matter how much you've accomplished, we've all got limits. Admitting that, it's a strength, not a weakness.
And then respect for everyone, everything, especially what's sacred. Jabali and the cows, that's a powerful reminder. Mistreat someone, something, especially something that gives you life, it messes things up.
Yeah, what you do to the least of these, you do to me. Respect is fundamental. It's not just a Hindu thing.
And those sacred places, the Godavari, the Govardhan Tirtha, they're more than just spots on a map.
Right. They have meaning, energy, history, like a doorway between the physical and the spiritual.
Okay? Places that give you goosebumps, you know. You can feel it. And you leave changed.
It's like they transport you, make you think, leave you with something to ponder.
This deep dive, it's been amazing. Learned so much about, well, mythology, sure, but also about myself, about the world.
Me too. Ancient stories, packed with wisdom. It's amazing.
So as we wrap up, any final thoughts? A question for our listeners to think about.
What are your sacred waters? The places, the things you do, the things you believe in that help you feel renewed, cleansed.
Those sacred waters, huh? It really makes you think, you know, what are those things for me? What really, like, fills me up?
It's different for everyone, you know, it's personal. Like for some people, it might be an actual place, like, I don't know, somewhere in nature or a church, temple, whatever, or even just like a corner of their house where they feel good.
It could be just doing something too, like some people meditate or pray or maybe they like to paint or write, something like that.
Oh, totally. Or, I mean, even something super simple, right? Like listening to music, reading, or just taking a walk, anything that helps you, like, shut out the noise for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, to kind of reconnect with yourself.
Yeah.
What's interesting is those things can change too, right? Like what felt important to you as a kid might not be the same now.
That's so true. Like, I remember this one place I used to go as a kid, and it felt, like, magical. Now, not so much. But the thing is, needing those spaces, those things that make you feel good, that doesn't go away.
It's like a basic human need, right?
Yeah.
To feel connected, peaceful.
And these stories, they're like a reminder that those things are out there. Like Garuda with the Godavari, we can find our own sacred waters too, maybe where we least expect it.
Keep your eyes open, right? Be curious.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to try new things, because sometimes, even making mistakes, that can lead you to something good.
Love that. It's all part of the journey, right? The good and the bad.
This has been great. Really enjoyed talking about all this with you.
Me too. And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Sure.
Take some time to think about those sacred waters in your own life. And until next time, keep exploring and keep seeking those things that nourish your soul.